Hello and welcome to the Endlessness, a game I created where you have an AI dungeon master and you can play Dungeons and Dragons alone whenever you want to, wherever you want to. So today we're gonna do something different. I've been playing the Stone Seekers campaign, which is going really cool. You should check those other videos. But today I need to test some things I did. So one of the new things I added to the game is that you can now actually describe what you want your campaign to be. So we already had this blank campaign, but now you can actually write what you want the world to be. Before you basically talked with the dungeon master and the world was created, but now you can start whatever you want fresh. And then I also want to test a lot of the changes I did for combat and the spell casting and whatnot. On the other campaign I'm running, I'm a dwarf. I have zero magic whatsoever. I have a giant hammer. Here I want to see if the spells are working well, if the combat is working well, and I want to see if the leveling up is also working well because I did a lot of changes there. So I want to create a world where I can level up as fast as I can, fight as many things as I can, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna create a magical school filled with creatures in chambers that are used to train magicians. Each chamber has many creatures and the combat is had as soon as the student enters. This way, the students can level up fast and learn. So let's create my tiny little world created exactly for me to level up. Let's call it Level Upium. Jesus. Let's use Frederik the Overachiever, character I already created for exactly this sort of thing, and who is a wizard, of course. And let's go to Level Upium. All right, welcome to Level Upium. A campus of carved stone and crackling magic, where every door hides a battle and every battle sharpens the mind. The Spirehold Academy rises from the heart of a sunlit valley, its towers of pale granite and brass spiraling into a sky streaked with the pale orange of an early spring sunrise. For centuries, this is where young mages from across the land of Faerun have come to master the weave of magic, to test themselves against enchanted dangers, and to earn the title of Arcanist. But the Academy is no ordinary school. Its founding archmage, Valdris the Architect, designed its halls as a crucible, a living labyrinth of training chambers, each one stuffed to the brim with summoned creatures, bound elementals, and restless spirits. In these chambers, there is no lecture, there is no theory, there is only the fight. Students advance by surviving. Not advance by survival. So the ones that don't advance don't survive. Okay. Knowledge is written in the scorched marks on the walls, and deep beneath the central spire, in chambers no student has ever mapped, older things stare in the dark. The morning air is crisp and cool, carrying the scent of damp stone and wildflowers from the fields beyond the outer wall. You stand at the foot of the Academy's main entrance, a towering archway of blue-veined marble inscribed with the names of every mage who has graduated in the last 300 years. Above the arch, a brass sunburst gleams in the climbing sun, and from nowhere within the complex you hear the muffled thunder of a door slamming shut, followed by laughter and a distant muffled explosion. A few other students hurry past you in the courtyard, some carrying wands wrapped in leather bindings, others clutching scrolls of half-eaten breakfast rolls. A gaunt halfling in patched robes scurries by with a cage full of glowing beetles. Nobody pays you much mind, but the weight of the place settles on your shoulders all the same. This is a school where every step forward must be earned. You are Frederik the Overachiever III, an elf of sharp eyes and sharper ambitions, and you have come to Spirehold with a purpose that burns brighter than the morning sun. Your pack is heavy with parchments, a well-worn history book, and the tools of a calligrapher, but what you carry most is the determination of someone who intends to master everything this place can teach you. The alchemy's famous training method. Limp into a chamber, fight whatever is inside, emerge stronger, appeals to the part of you that wants to see results, wants to measure progress, wants to achieve something beautiful and undeniable. The sage who taught you back in the village said you had a gift for seeing patterns others missed. You are here to prove her right. As you stand taking the side of the arched entrance, a sharp voice cuts through the courtyard noise. "You there, new student?" Half turning, you see a young woman in the crisp blue and silver robes of a senior student. She has a ledger tucked under one of her arms and the one tucked behind her ear, and there is a no-nonsense look on her face that belongs on a quartermaster rather than a mage. She walks up to you without waiting for an answer and flips open the ledger. "Name?" she says flatly, then, glancing up, "and which chamber you want first?" The starter gauntlet opens at the bell, but if you've got the nerve, there are minor chambers available right now. The Spirit Grove, the Dredge Den, the Ember Basin, take your pick. She taps the page with a finger, waiting. Behind her, the bell tower groans as heavy bronze bells begin to toll the hour, scattering birds from the eaves. Where do you begin? Introduce yourself, ask about the academy. Shenanigans. I'm here to test if I can... Oh my god, my HP is 7. God damn wizards. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna die instantly. Okay, sorry, I lost the track here. I want to go to one of these things, so I go to the Dredge. Is that how you write it? Then, and fight whatever is inside. This is the only way to do this. Ignore this lady. Don't tell her my name. She doesn't need to know I'm an overachiever. And let's go. The senior student raises an eyebrow, a faint smirk tugging at the corner of her mouth. Dredge Den it is. Bold choice for a first run. Yeah. She scribbles something in a ledger, then tears out a small slip of paper and hands it to you. Take this to Mira Thornwood at the lower west hall. She'll let you in. And Frederik? She pauses, closing the ledger. Don't die in there. The paperwork is unbearable. Oh my, why is combat already here? She turns and walks off before you can reply, disappearing into the crowd of students. The slip of paper in your hand bears a wax seal stamped with a simple flame and crossed wands emblem, the Academy's mark of admission. The lower west hall is cool and dim, lit by floating globes of amber light. You find Mira Thornwood easily enough, a half-elf woman with close-cropped silver hair and a leather apron stained with chalk dust and something darker. She stands up by a heavy iron door set into the stone wall. A small plaque beside it reads, Dredge Den, minor classification, danger level, moderate. Mira glances at you slip, nods once, and pulls a lever beside the door. With the grinding of gears, the iron plate slides open, revealing a circular chamber beyond, perhaps 30 feet across. The air that splits out smells of sulfur and damp earth. The floor is cracked stone, and in the center there are 3 small, hunched figures stir as the light hits them. Creatures with wrinkled, mottled skin, tusked mouths, and beady red eyes. They hiss and clack their teeth, turning towards you. First rule, Mira says flatly, stepping aside, survive. Second rule, the door is still behind you until the last hostile fails. Good luck. She slams a fist against the rune on the wall, and the iron door groans shut, sealing you inside. The 3 dredges, lesser demons from the abyss, fan out, sniffing the air, their claws scraping against the stone. One lets out a guttural snarl and launches towards you. Roll initiative, Frederik. Combat is about to begin. Let's roll. I grip my quarterstaff, and I just want to go through it. So they have a lot more life than I do. Natural 20 on initiative. Nice. Okay, it's good because they're gonna kill me because they're 3. The drenches barely finish their first launching step before you are already in motion. Your elf-blooded reflexes owned by years of study anticipation sing through your limbs. While the lead demon is still snarling, you've spotted your opening. It's your turn first. Okay. I want to What spells do I have? I want to cast Burning Hands, for sure. There are 3. I want to cast Burning... Burning Hands in such a way that I can hit all 3 of them. Is this possible, Mr. Dungeon Master thingy? Because that might be good. A bold plan! Burning Hand shoots in 15-foot cone from your outstretched fingers. Let's see if you can catch all 3. From the position when the door closed, the dredges are spread out. Let's check geometry. Okay, they are too widely spread. Bad. You haven't moved yet. Okay. I can position the cone to catch dredge 1 and dredge 2. Alright. I do that. I move to hit 2 dredges. And let's pray. Alright, let's lock it in. You move 10 feet forward, angling left, positioning yourself so that the fan of flames will catch both the charging dredge 1 and the circling dredge 2. First, let's cast the spell. Now, Burning Hands requires a dexterity saving throw for each of the dredges. Yes. Both dredges fail. Oh my little lord, I did a lot of damage. Okay, and they roll the damage. Aha. Okay, you surge forward, boots scuffing against the cracked stone. The lead dredge snarls and lunges, but you're already pivoting left, hands coming up, fingers played. You speak the words of power, Ignis, and a sheet of roaring orange flame erupts from your palms, washing over dredge 1 and dredge 2 in a searing cone. Both demons shriek, the leathery skin blackening and curling. Dredge 1 stumbles back, clawing at its face, smoke rising from its wrinkled hide. Dredge 2 howls and collapses to its knees, badly scorched. Dredge 1 takes 12 fire damage, and Dredge 2 as well. Both are barely standing and singed and reeling. Dredge 3 is untouched, hisses and begins to circle, looking for an opening. I still can walk a little bit. No. I don't want to do anything else. I pass my turn. And let's pray they don't kill me, because I have 7 of life. Jesus Christ, there are 3. You stand your ground, quarterstaff held ready. The smell of scorched demon flesh thick in the air. The 2 wounded dredges twitch and snarl, but neither falls. Your heart pounds, but you hold, watching. Dredge 3 lets out a guttural cry, a command perhaps, or a war chant. It skitters along the wall to its right, circling to flank you. Its claws scrape against the stone as it closes distance, beady red eyes fixed on you. It stops about 10 feet to your right, just outside of melee range, and hunkers down, snarling. It seems to be waiting, watching for you to commit to one of its wanted keys before it strikes. Thank you, Dredge 3. It's holding the action. If I move it in rich. Okay, now it's Dredge 2 turned. The scorched demon at your left wheezes, smoke curling from its cracked skin. It's on its knees but still alive, barely. It scrabbles at the stone floor, trying to rise, but the burning has left it dazed and slow. It hisses weakly, unable to mount a proper attack this turn. Thank you again. Okay, the lead dredge, the one that charged you head on, shakes off the worst of the flames with a furious growl. It's right in front of you, 5 feet away, its hide still smoking. It lunges at you with a guttural roar, claws outstretched. The dredge claws rake across your arm, tearing through your robes and leaving 3 shallow burning scratches. You take 3 slashing damage. You grit your teeth and hold your ground. The wound stings, but you've taken worse in practice bouts back home. God damn it, I took a slap, lost half of my life. I used all my... Oh, I have 2 level 1 spells. I think Burning Hands is... Burning Hands? Or Magic Missiles? Magic Missile. I get 3, right? Dealing 1d4 plus 1. So these 2 would die for sure. And then I would do a d4 to this one. Let me talk with the DM. Could I do Burning Hands now in a way that would hit all 3? Moving, of course. Please tell me yes. Because there is a very high chance that I might just die. Okay. Let's do this. Yes. So the Dungeon Master tells me yes with a lot of words. So, yes, I do exactly that. Let's do it. Cast it again. You planted your staff. Now let's bring the fire again. Ah, I got ahead of myself. Let me check your action academy properly. Yes, it's all good, don't worry. Round 2. My mistake. Yeah, you're good, Dungeon Master. Action is fresh. Do it. You can do this. Okay, so let me start reading from where the Dungeon Master stops doubting itself. You pivot on your heels, spreading your fingers wide. The words of flame cracking on your tongue, and a second sheet of roaring fire erupts from your palms. This time, you sweep the cone in a broad arch, catching Dredge 1, 2, and 3 in the searing blast. All 3 demons need to make dexterity saving throws. To fail, 1 saves. Let's roll the damage. Roll the damage. So, 2 of them died. The other took 8 fire damage. What? And it killed the tree? Why don't you kill the tree? This one would be still alive. Why? Okay, so here we found a bug. Because this guy just killed one that it shouldn't have killed. But still, curiosity that I have. Okay, I won the XP of the round. Very good. So that worked properly, not buggily. And I didn't die. That's also good. But this was potato. It gave the... Can it be because they're all called Dredges and it just matched all of them and all of them got the damage? Right? I don't know. Ah no, everything's correct. Again, the bug is in my mind. They took 17 fire damage. It killed all of them. Why am I so dumb? Jesus Christ, you're working perfectly, Dungeon Master. I'm sorry for having ever doubted you. You should doubt me. Human error is the only thing alive. Alright, you worked perfectly. Okay. Great success. The only success here, the only non-success is my silliness. Alright. Okay, cool. I want to do this again because I want to level up to level 2. I'm going to try to stop being stupid and doubting what the Dungeon Master is doing because he's wise and brilliant. Okay, so got 150 XP total and the iron door stands open. Mirror Thornwood taps the frame with her knuckles. You're halfway to your next rank already. You want to rest or you want another chamber? The Sprite Grove is 2 doors down. Less fire, more Trixie, or the Ember Basin if you want something that hits back harder. I do not want something that hits back harder because my life is full. I will do a short rest. Okay. I take a short rest. Expend 1 die to gain health, and then head to the sprite graph to fight again. All right, we want to level up because we are Frederik the Overachiever and we don't want to dabble and explore the academy first. What's there to see? I want to see blood. Okay. You step out of the dredge den, letting the iron door clang shut behind you. The hallway is quiet save for the distant hum of magical lights and the faint echo of other students somewhere in the depths of the academy. You slide down against the cool stone walls, your arms still stinging from the claw marks, and close your eyes. Time to breathe, time to recover. You sit in the quiet, letting the warmth of the rest seep into your muscles. The scratches on your arm knit together and the sting fading into a dull memory. You feel your strength return, the arcane currents in your blood settling back into a steady rhythm. You've recovered the full health. Good. Your hit die is spent for the day, but you're ready. You also still have your arcane recovery available, a wizard feature that lets you recover spell slots during a short rest. Oh. Yes. I do need that. But you went ahead and just started the combat, haven't you? And now I have how many spell slots? No spell slots. Zero spell slots. You potato. Oh my god. What? No. Get out. Come back. Okay. Before rolling initiative, I want to use the wizard. How is it called? The arcane recovery to get back some spell slots. Please do that. Else this is gonna be a very, very, very short combat. And my life is also gonna be very, 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 very short. You're passing the threshold. Yeah, please do that. Dungeon Master is dying, not understanding how. You can do this. You can do this. Have you been able to do it? What? You put a spell slot on my inventory, you dumb potato. Okay, this time I think we really found a bug. Because the Dungeon Master, I guess, doesn't really have a way to directly give me spell slots. So it's dying a little bit here with the arcane recovery. Alright, let's roll the initiative. And I need to correct that bug. Initiative of 15. Walk. And let's die. Because I'm not gonna be able to do spells because having a spell slot on my inventory, cool of you, Dungeon Master, is not really gonna help, is it? Okay, so the motes of light swirl around you as you step into the grove. Sprites flit between branches, giggling like wind chimes. Round 1, it's Sprite's street turn. The sprite that was perched on the branch, the one who laughed, is already moving. With a flicker of dragonfly wings, it zips behind a thick oak trunk, disappearing from your line of sight. You hear the rustle of leaves somewhere to your right. Sprite 3 uses the action to hide. I can't see it anymore. Okay, so now it's my turn. Let's see if I can use magic missiles. I don't think I can. I can't use magic missiles on a creature I can't see, can I? I think not. Let's try to use magic missiles and hit all 3 sprites. And now it's gonna break because I don't have spell slots. Or is it gonna use the spell slot I have on my inventory? But yeah, there we go. Your first are exhausted. Yeah, but there you go. Okay, at least that part is not buggy. I don't have spell slots. It's not allowing me to use spell slots. And it's good, I guess it doesn't allow me to talk it out of spell slotting. I just need to fix the arcane recovery thing. So firebolt it is. I firebolt the closest sprite. Patoof. Let's see how it goes. It's Sprite 1 who's gonna get the fireball up the face. Let's roll the attack. I missed the attack rolling thing. I failed. I missed. I'm gonna be killed by Sprite. The firebolt streaks from your hand, but at the last instant, the sprite twists on its branch, fluttering sideways. The bolt sizzles past it, scorching a blackened streak across the oak bark behind it. The sprite lets out a Trilling giggle and nods an arrow. And knocks an arrow. Too slow, fireboy! It seems to taunt in its chiming voice. They speak! Oh boy, I'm already dying. Sprite 1's turn now. You see it draw back its tiny bowstring. A needle-thin arrow aims squarely at your chest. The arrow strikes your shoulder. A sharp piercing sting. It's a tiny thing, but it burrows deep. You take 2 piercing damage. God. Then Sprite 2 goes ahead. You see movement in the undergrowth to your left. The ferns rustle, and a second arrow whispers through the air. A second arrow sinks into your side, slipping between your ribs. You take 2 piercing damage. God, from 5 to 3. 2 arrows in. The sprite on your left ducks back into the ferns, vanishing briefly. You're starting to feel the pain. Those little arrows are sharper than they look. And then it's Sprite's 3 turn. The hidden sprite. A rustle from the right, then silence. It's still somewhere in the shadows, waiting. You're up. Boy, boy, boy. Why did I come here without spell slots? Jesus. So, what cantrips? I have Acid Splash. Is this an area of effect thing? Okay. Can I use Acid Splash to hit 2 of them? Are they near enough? I think I'm gonna die. What happens when students die on the proving grounds? Check the battlefield, Master Dungeon Master. 5 feet of each other. They're not. 5 feet of each other. I can still hit 1. I think Firebolt makes more damage, right? Yeah, 1d10. In the perfect scenario, it insta kills one. So okay, I try Firebolt again, and then I die because they took 5 of my life in the past turn round. Whew. You grit your teeth, ignore the sting of arrows, and raise your hand once more. A flicker of orange sparks gather at your fingertips. This time, you take a half second longer to aim, focusing on Sprite 1, still perched on that branch, bow in hand. I hope that half a second is what it takes for me to hit. Let's go. Woohoo! I hit it! Oh my lord. I'm gonna kill a tiny fairy. No, I'm gonna hit a tiny fairy. Firebolt slams into the sprite, square into the chest. Takes 8 fire damage. Okay, I should have rolled for the damage as well. That is working well for actual physical weapons, not so much for spells. So I need to check that. No, not rolling the damage for the spells. Okay, so now it's their turn and I'm gonna die, right? Boom, boom. Frederik the Overachiever died. I not even narrate what they did. They just threw arrows at me, right? Frederik, you are at 0 health points. On your next turn, you must make a death saving throw. So I died. Died. What happens, Dungeon Master? Am I died? They circle me, shattering excitedly. One prods your cheek with its tiny arrow. God damn it. One tugs at your robes. But then, a pause. The lead sprite, the one you first saw on the branch, now silent and furious, holds up a tiny hand. Wait! It chirps in Sylvian accented common. He's not dead, just sleeping. The 3 sprites exchange glances. A rapid-fire conversation in Sylvian follows, musical, thrilling, full of pointed gestures. Finally, the lead sprite sighs, rolls its luminous eyes, and snaps its fingers. A tiny puff of golden dust settles on your face. It smells of spring flowers and morning dew. You feel warm. You feel warmth spread through your chest. The arrows in your body dissolve into motes of light. Your eyes flutter open. You're alive. The sprites are standing over you, arms crossed. The injured one nursing its singed wing. The other 2 looking somewhere between annoyed and amused. You put up a fight, the lead sprite says grudgingly. We were just guarding the grove. Stupid big folk, always trampling our mushrooms. It tilts its head. Why are you here, Fireboy? You groan, push yourself up on your elbows. The 3 sprites watch you, wings buzzing. One is still rubbing its scorched wings, glaring at you. How much life do I have? Oh, they gave me 1 tiny point of life. I did not join to get close to the fairies. I'm here to level up. Now I'm feeling bad for trying to kill them because they're being so nice to me. And I was just trampling their mushrooms. Sorry. They're fairy creatures. I guess I'm at the wrong place. May I just leave? I'm confused now. My thirst for blood and war has been destroyed by the nice fairies. The lead sprite squints at you, tapping its chin with its bow. The other 2 exchange glances. Wrong place, it repeats, unconvinced. You came crashing through the ferns, shouting, throwing fire. The singed one mutters something in Sylvian. The lead sprite snorts. Mushroom, it says. He says you owe him a mushroom. The singed sprite nods vigorously, pointing at its blackened wing. A fire mushroom from the deep grove. They glow orange and smell like cinnamon. Bring me one, and we're even. The lead sprite crosses its arms. Or you can just leave. But we'll remember you, Fireboy. And next time, we won't be so nice. It just vaguely towards the edge of the grove. A path through the ferns, dappled with morning light, leading back towards the open meadow. What? Don't give me quests. I'm here to kill... I was here to kill you. Now you're giving me nice quests to find a fire mushroom. That's against the whole point of this. No, you're confusing me. Fairy thingies. Boy. I give them a gold piece and say, so sorry. Here's some money so you can buy a new mushroom. And slowly leave the room. The hell? I'm in some weird world. This is hilarious. You fumble in your pouch, pull out a single gold coin and hold it out. The lead sprite stares at you, at it, like you've just offered it a dead fish. Georgius? It asks, looking back at the other 2. The singed sprite, presumably the one named Georgius, snatches the coin out of your hand, examines it, then drops it in disgust. It's metal. Metal doesn't sizzle. Metal doesn't smell like cinnamon. Why would we buy a mushroom? Mushrooms grow. The lead sprite sighs heavily, rubbing its temples with tiny fingers. Just go, Fireboy, before Georgius lights your robes on fire the slow way. You back away slowly. The sprites watch you the whole way. 3 pairs of luminous eyes tracking your every step towards the ferns, through the ferns. Then you finally push through into the sunlit meadow beyond. You hear one of them chirp a short phrase in Sylvian, followed by the others, bursting into high-pitched laughter. You're out of the sprite grove. The morning sun warms your face. Ahead, the path leads back the way you came, towards the road connecting to the academy grounds. Your wands are still fresh. You still have no spell slots left, but you're alive. I go to the door I entered from. And then I do a long rest and come back again. I come back again and what? I don't want to kill the fairies. Now I got emotionally attached to them. They were nice. They didn't kill me. Jesus Christ. You limp back across the meadow, following your own trail through the morning light. The arrow wounds ache, but the fresh air helps. Before long, you're back at your ornate door, the same heavy oak with arcane symbols from which you first entered the academy grounds. You push it open, step inside, and find a quiet alcove just off the main corridor. A cushioned bench beneath a stained glass window depicting a phoenix rising. It's warm, quiet, and far from prying eyes. You settle in. The sounds of Spirehole drift faintly through the corridor. Distant footsteps, murmuring students, a bell tower chiming. You close your eyes. 4 hours pass in a trance. Your elven reverie takes you through the morning events. The fire, the arrows, the sprites, laughing faces. By the time you open your eyes, the stained glass phoenix glows golden with the midday sun pouring through it. You feel fully restored. HP maxed, spell slots regained, arcane recovery ready. Your wounds are nothing but faint scars beneath your robes. Hunger gnaws at you a little. You haven't eaten today, but the sprite grove waits. You step back through the oaken door into the academy grounds. Midday sunlight bats the rolling green hills. The path to the grove lies ahead. Am I a maniac? And I go back to the grove and kill the fairies that aren't called fairies. I am. I go back to the grove and to the fairies. I'm gonna be a murderer. They were nice. I could have offered them mushrooms, but now I'm an overachiever. I just want to level up. I don't care for them fairies. You make your way back across the meadow under the midday sun. The path to the Sprite Grove is easier to find this time. A trail of disturbed ferns and the faint smell of scorched bark marks where your earlier battle unfolds. You push through the ferns into the shaded grove. The 3 sprites are lounging on a mossy log, playing a game with acorn caps. The singed one, Georgius, sees you first. He freezes, acorn midair. "He's back," he says flatly. The lead sprite sighs and sets down its acorn. "Fireboy, we thought we were done." They all look at you, unimpressed but curious. I cast... God damn it, I'm terrible. I cast Burning Hands in such a way that it hits the 3 of them. I'm horrible. God damn. The 3 sprites are clustered together on the mossy log, all within a 15-foot cone. Perfect formation. You raise your hands without a word, fingers sprayed. A flicker of arcane heat dances between your palms. The lead sprite's eyes go wide. Wait, too late. You thrust your hands forward and a roaring fan of flame erupts from your fingertips, washing over the log and the 3 tiny creatures. Now each sprite needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Let's see how they fare. Okay, one of them evades it entirely. Damn, Sprite 1 and Sprite 3 are caught in the blast. 10 fire damage. So, Sprite 1 already wandered from the early fight, lets out a choked squeak as the flames consume it completely. It crumbles into a pile of ash. Tiny house, Georgius, no! Sprite 3 screams, tumbling off the log, smoking and wreathing on the mossy ground, still alive but badly burned. Sprite 2 hovers above, eyes wide with fury and horror. Georgius! It shrieks. Oh god. The lead sprite, the one you just murdered, is nothing but a smear of ash on the log. Sprite 3 groans, trying to crawl away. Its wings blacken stubs. Sprite 2 draws its tiny sword, voice trembling with rage. You monster! The surviving sprites scatter into combat position. Why is Sprite 3? Where's the other sprite? Is not in the battle? Is it because it wasn't damaged yet? No, this one is the one that dies. Why is Sprite 3 dead? He's just hurt. Oh, you put it with... I don't know why. This looks like a bug. Okay, the initiative is set. You're the last in the order. Oh boy. So, Sprite 2's turn. They sting me and I must die. Sprite 3, wounded. Why does it appears as that? It's in no state to fight, just curls up. Alright, so it's my turn. I cast magic missiles. 1, 2, Sprite 3, and 2 for Sprite 2. Can you do the math for this? I never casted magic missiles here. Will it be able to do the damage properly? Well, one of them is already bugged and dead, so... You raise a hand. 3 darts of pure magical force coalescing above your palm with a soft hum. For Georgius. You murdered Riley. What? I killed him. Why would I say for Georgius? And flick your wrist. 3 silver streaks of unerring force scream across the grove. No cover, no dodge, no saving throw. Magic missiles never misses. 1 dart slams into Sprite 3 behind the log. Thump. The whimpering stops. 2 darts streaks upwards the canopy. Ooh, level up. Threading through the branches. The first catches Sprite 2 in the wings. And she takes 2 force damage. It also dies. Sprite 2 takes 7 force damage total. It's dead. How much life did it have? Was it like 10? And I have to recheck this damage thingies. I think it's killing them too easily. Okay, the grove fell silent. Smoke drifts lazily from your fingertips. 3 tiny bodies lie around you. The lead sprite's ash on the log, the wounded one behind it, and Sprite 2 crumbled at your boots. The only sound is the wind through the ferns and the distant chirping of birds. Combat over. You stand victorious in the Sprite Grove. The grove is quiet. Your aching focus hums faintly as the last traces of magic fade from the air. The ash of the late sprite drifts lazily across the moss. God, a thought strikes you. The sprites were guarding something, weren't they? The lead one mentioned deep grove mushrooms. Am I suddenly hungry? But more pressingly, a surge of power courses through you. The weave itself seems to recognize your growth. You feel ready for more. You've reached level 2. Let's level up. How does this look? I never actually leveled up in game. I see. It's broken. What is going on? Why is leveling up doing nothing? Do I need to refresh this? Will refreshing this kill my entire game? My lord. Well, that's why I'm playing, to find bugs. Oh god. I'm so sad for Georgius. I killed Georgius for nothing. Poor old Georgius is just existing. Just being a boy. At least my cantrips were well expanded. But my level up does nothing. Alright, that's exactly what I wanted to test. It's buggy. I think this is enough. Okay, you already saw me being a terrible overachiever and killing sprites for no reason. Even after they spared my own life. Alright, this was a different sort of episode. I guess I'm gonna be doing more and more of this as I keep improving the game, fixing all of these bugs, and I'll keep showing you how this is going, how this is advancing. Hopefully, as we go forth, this is gonna have less and less bugs, everything's gonna work better. This is a lot of work, trying to make this work. It's very complex to make a dungeon master. Anyone who's been a dungeon master knows how many things you have to keep in your mind at every moment. It's the same when you're using AI. The context management here is absurd. So I'll keep trying to make this work, keep polishing these tiny edges, like leveling up, not really doing anything. I thought I had fixed it, but apparently I broke it. I'm gonna fix it right up. And yeah. Meet me here again for more of this sort of episodes, or keep following the Stone Seekers campaign. Try the Endlessness at theendlessness.com. By the time you're trying it, I'll already have patched these things up. And yeah, let me know how it goes if you do. And see you next time.